Hi, everybody. So today we're going to talk about things that you should before you just do your disputes. These are the mistakes that you guys should look for. So when you're disputing your collections, it's just certain things y'all need to look for before y'all do y'all disputes. I decided also we're going to go deeper into just collections in general because a lot of people don't understand that. Like, if y'all learn how to deal with these collections correctly, y'all can possibly sue them, get some money from them, and y'all don't have to worry about them ever putting it back on your credit report, selling it to another company. And that's the overall thing that I want for you all. You guys can get my books down below. As y'all can see, I have it there. So if y'all want the books, get the books. Um, the best one I do like is my 4 book bundle. So it's right here for you all. All right. And 4 book bundle is here. And then you guys, y'all 4 book bundle is like over here. And then yours is right here too. All right. So y'all be able to see that's the one I like because you guys will get the 70 dispute letters. You'll get the raise your credit score 100 points in 30 days. You'll get this workbook. Also, that's going to be included the strongest 75 workbook. We go over 75 days worth of stuff. And then y'all get that suing to win book, which is going to be very important when y'all dealing with some of these collections. Okay. But before y'all actually do y'all disputes, I want y'all to first see if y'all even recognize the account. Some of y'all look at that account instantly and be like, wait, you said that this is a collection for Credit One Bank. I never had Credit One. Then you automatically know that that could be identity theft. Okay. So just figure out first, do you even know what account this is? Okay. Look at the balance on the account. First, see if it's different on all 3 credit bureaus. That's why I tell y'all Identity IQ is going to be perfect because you can actually compare all 3 credit bureaus. So see if it's going to be different on all 3 credit bureaus. All right. And then with the balance, some of y'all probably know what that balance look like and if in terms of what it should be. So for example, if it was Credit One, say if you really did have Credit One probably has a charge off still on your credit report. Go up to credit, look at that account and see what was the last balance that they had reported on that, because the collection company should be reporting that same balance. They should not be adding more money to this. Okay. So look at that balance, see if it's different on all 3 credit bureaus. Also compare it to the original creditor. Also look at like the account information that's listed for it. So just the overall account information, like who is this company? All right. And then you can also look at like when I say account information, look at like the account number, see if the account number is the same on all 3 credit bureaus. Check the dates. Look at the last date of activity. See if the last date of activity is before the date open. All right. So go ahead and look at that. And just compare all other information on the account in general, top to bottom, starting with the account number, then looking at the type of account, look at the date open. You just want to see if there's inaccuracies when you compare all 3 credit bureaus. Okay. See if this collection is reported like it's a charge off. See if this collection has payment history. So these are the different things that you want to look for when you all are actually thinking about disputing that collection, because it's going to help you out a lot. All right. So just look at these different things. Now, again, wrong balance. See if the balance is wrong. These are just main things. Like when y'all do y'all disputes, like right here, my 70 dispute letter. Say if y'all get this, y'all have a letter in here for collections. Y'all can use these same reasons I'm about to talk about though for different accounts that's on here. So y'all can use it for y'all collections. Y'all can use it for y'all charge offs. Y'all can use it for all of the different things that's on here, but this is what I want y'all to look for. So here's what it's look like for y'all, so y'all can be able to see. These are like all of the different letters that's in this 70 dispute letter book. This is in that 4 book bundle I was just telling y'all about, and I have it pinned right here. But let me show y'all too, just in case. Let me go to the screen just to make sure y'all can really see. Okay, perfect. Can y'all see like the different things? Charge-offs, collections, repossessions, bankruptcy, student loans, da 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 da. Okay, a lot of stuff. But these are the different things. Look at the wrong balance. If you see that the wrong balance is listed, then that's what you want to put on your dispute letter. I'm just gonna go to a random dispute letter like this one right here. I have right here, it says dispute errors. That's where you want to put all this stuff that I'm gonna tell y'all. Okay, y'all want to put exactly what's wrong with that account. When y'all look at y'all account, y'all find the errors. This is what y'all want to put on y'all dispute. Okay, so wrong balance, maybe incorrect dates, whether that's the last date activity, that's the date open, you want to put incorrect dates, maybe the wrong account status. Okay, some of y'all may have the wrong account status listed for it. Maybe y'all don't recognize the collection at all. Maybe it's identity theft. All right, duplicate reporting. Maybe y'all see the same collection Y'all see the same collection, same balance and everything, but it's listed on there twice on a certain bureau. So like TransUnion may list that same collection twice. All right. And then on top of them listing it twice, they got a different account number. So you like, hold on, this look like the same account. Why do they got different account numbers? Why is it on here twice? All right. So y'all want to look for that. Y'all can put that as an error. This account has duplicate report, and where I said the dispute reasons, that's what y'all can put on there. Y'all can also too, y'all can say incorrect original creditor information. Maybe it was a Capital One debt, but they put Credit One debt on there or something. That can be a thing. Look at the errors when y'all comparing all three credit bureaus side by side. Maybe y'all see the account number is wrong. Maybe y'all see, like we talked about the balance already, but the high credit or something like that is wrong. Y'all can put that on there as one of y'all dispute reasons. Okay. Maybe the payment information does not match your records too. Remember I told y'all, if y'all have a collection on your credit reports, go look at the original creditor and see exactly what they have listed too. So go there and see if the information is different, because what they're supposed to do is report what the original creditor basically have, your last debt activity and the balance, and your high credit too. Those are things, your high credit and your balance should be the same too, unless you put some money or you pay some money on that credit card. And then again, if it's identity theft, treat it like identity theft. I have a whole identity theft book that come with a free course. Okay. And it's on sale. So y'all can get that book down below. Okay. But the identity theft book, just do the identity theft. Don't be worried about all this other stuff I'm telling you. If it's identity theft, you don't care about no duplicate reporting, collection account, no, it's not mine. Stop telling people it's mine. Delete it from my credit reports or I'm gonna sue you. That's what I would be doing. Okay. And then any other information that y'all can think about. Some of y'all, when I talk to y'all, when we talk about collections, y'all be like, well, Keita, I already paid that, or I already returned this, or I already did that. Y'all can include all that information in here. Okay. Y'all can include all the information. Now, when y'all are disputing, so before y'all dispute, when it's come down to collections, y'all can't just send a letter to that collection company if it's on your credit report. If the account is on your credit report, which is what we're talking about, we talk about building our credit. Okay, if the account is on your credit report, you can't just send a letter directly to the collection company. You need to actually send it to the credit bureau. So when I say send a letter to the credit bureaus, I want you to send just a regular dispute letter. You can actually put this same collection on your dispute letters that you're going to put your charge-offs on, your repossession. You can put all them accounts on one letter. Okay, when y'all first open up this book, y'all will be able to see also that y'all have just a starting general letter like this. Everything will be on one. Okay, I like that. Everything is on one. When y'all get the books, like y'all see the books down here, when y'all get these books come with free courses that have free letters. List all of them accounts on that one letter. All right, list it on one letter. If they do not delete that account when you tell all credit bureaus to delete it, if they do not delete it, then you need to send a follow-up letter to the credit bureaus and you need to send a follow-up letter to the actual collection company. Okay. And y'all have something called a validation of debt letter. I give you all a free validation of debt letter. It's included with the free course to come along with your books. All right. So I want to talk about some of the stuff that's going to be in this validation of debt letter, because some of y'all are like, Keita, they're responding. All right, they not responding when enough. That's kind of like you tell your kids or something, or somebody to clean up the kitchen, and all they did was put the dishes in the dishwasher. They didn't think about cleaning the pots. They didn't think about cleaning off the stove. They ain't wipe down the refrigerator. You ain't do nothing but put the dishes in the dishwasher. That's not enough. Same thing with these collection companies. Okay, you sent me a statement. That's not enough. I need this, that, da, da, da. You need a whole list of things. Okay, so let's go over it. So in the validation of debt letter, I like to ask for the original signed contract and agreement bearing my signature. Y'all, they not finna most likely have this stuff for y'all. They not gonna have it, but you want to have something that tie you to the debt. Okay, so you can ask for it, y'all. That don't mean they're gonna give it to you, but ask and you shall receive. You never know what these companies are sending you. And a lot of times too, because I'm going to talk about the suing process a little bit. If you guys take them to court, you ask for these documents, y'all. That's going to be the reason why they want to settle. They don't want to give you the documents. So don't ever think, oh, they're not giving it to me. I'm doing something wrong. No, they don't want to give it to you. There's none of your business. They don't want you to know this stuff, but you can ask for it. Okay. Something that shows that you are legally obligated, like to this alleged debt. And I say alleged debt, y'all, because y'all need to start taking ownership of this debt. These collections, y'all be taking ownership of it. And y'all don't know where they got this debt from. They just coming to you out of nowhere. Think stranger danger. I say that all the time, y'all. Stranger danger. I don't know this collection company. How they seem to know me. And if you know me, send me all of these documents. That's how y'all need to think about it. Y'all need the complete payment history from the original creditor. Now, the reason why I asked for the complete payment history, because I need to know how you came up with this amount. If you say I owe you $1,400, how did you come up with $1,400? How do we get here? Okay, some of y'all last time y'all like some people be like, Keita, how am I at $1,400 and I only had a $700 limit? Like, how did I get to $1,400? That's what you need to ask these collection companies when y'all send them this validation of debt letter. But don't forget, y'all get this letter for free. When y'all actually get the book, y'all have a free course that come along with it. Y'all have the validation of debt letter. All right, only one that y'all won't get the validation of debt letter is this one right here. Don't come with a free course. Y'all already got all y'all letters here. And identity theft too. Y'all don't need no validation debt letter. It's identity theft. Delete this stuff immediately. I have a letter that you will send to the company, but it's not necessarily validation of debt. Okay. And then you need a complete chain of title showing how portfolio recovery or whoever it is, whether it's going to be LVNV funding, how they actually obtain the legal right to collect the alleged debt. Now, when I say chain of title, think about it like this. Y'all know how y'all buy a house, right? Y'all house can be 20 years old. Y'all house can be 25 years old, 30 years old. Y'all is not the original person that had the house. Somebody bought the house when the house was first built. Then what happened is they sell it to a new person. They sell it to somebody else. And then that person got tired of the house or whatever the case may be, they sell it to somebody else too. Then after the third person had it, then that's when you get it. You're the fourth person. Okay. So you need to see how the original person that actually had the debt, how it actually got to this person, whoever it is, or a company, where it's going to be portfolio recovery, it's going to be LVMV funding, y'all, because y'all think that it went straight to this one collection company and it didn't. It probably went to multiple companies and they just sold it around. So you want to know, okay, wait, how do I owe you? Can you show me a direct tie? Say it is Credit One Bank or something. Can you show me a direct tie from Credit One Bank to you, LVMV funding? Because y'all are going to find, and I look at so many documents, so I'm really telling y'all some juicy stuff. I see so many documents where this thing was sold 6 different times, and then it finally got to the company that's now asking you for money. And you like, hold on, how do I know that this company, the one that you said sold it to you, how do I know they even had the rights? And how do I even know the other ones? And sometimes y'all will find that will be multiple companies that may be still reporting that same collection with the same amount on your credit reports. Okay. So that's why y'all need to be asking them for the chain of title. Okay. That's going to be huge. Okay. And then y'all need to know the date of default, which is basically your date of first delinquency. That's your last date of activity. Y'all, that's the date that's going to dictate how long they have to sue you. We have something called the statute of limitations, how long they have to sue you. And then also that's going to dictate how long it's going to be on your credit reports. Don't forget, these accounts going to be on your credit reports for usually 7.5 years, but it's going to be 7.5 years from the date of first delinquency. Okay. That's the date of default. That's the first day that you're supposed to pay it. You did not pay it like you were supposed to. That is the date there that you want to go off of. Okay. So y'all need to know that exact date, because a lot of these collection companies do something called re-aging your debt. They keep changing that debt on your credit report so that it's a newer date. So every time they report, they'll change it to whatever date that they reported, but that date is supposed to stay unless you make a payment on the account. Okay, that's the first day that you became delinquent or the last time that you made a payment on the account, because you can re-age it yourself making a payment. That's why these collection companies be trying to put y'all on a payment plan for $5, $10. They just want to hook you. That's it. They just want to hook you and say, okay, listen, you just made it so I can possibly go back and sue you now. Because sometimes too, y'all, depending on y'all state, they got a certain amount of time to sue you. And some of these companies will tell you straight up, like, I cannot sue you, but this is what we're asking for. They'll have it at the bottom, like, we are unable to sue you for the debt, or we cannot sue you, something like that. Sometimes the companies will tell you that, but let you make a payment on that. You re-age the debt now. Now they can try to come after you. Now they can try to sue you. Okay, so these are just some of the documents, y'all, that like when it comes out to the collection companies, I will be asking for. Now, if it's a lawsuit, I'm going to ask for way more. And then on the 16th of September, October, November, and December, I'm going to go over those exact documents that I will be asking for. Okay. And again, I want a full breakdown on the balance, y'all. A full breakdown. I need to know if you say I owe you $1,400, how do we get here? What was the interest that was charged? What was the balance? Was there any fees added to it? Was there any charges added after it was charged off? Tell me all of the fees. Okay. And I want the name and the address of the original creditor. Whoever you say you got this debt from, give it to me. Send it to me. Because y'all never be knowing. Y'all can go to some of them off-brand companies and get credit from them or take out loans or anything like that, and then they sell it to a collection company, and y'all don't even know these companies like that, but y'all need to know like you need to ask them what's the original creditor's name and their address. Okay. And then a lot of times when it comes out to these collection companies, this is huge. Y'all need some type of documentation showing that they're licensed and they're authorized to collect debt in your state if they're required by law. Okay. Y'all need to be able to see, okay, if it's portfolio recovery, are you licensed to collect debt in my state? What about LVMV funding? What about any of these ERC, Enhanced Recovery Company? And this is going to be huge too, because a lot of these collection companies got in trouble. And in certain states, they be like, you can't collect debt from nobody in this state anymore. And if they still trying to collect debt from you, then this is something that y'all can bring up. Okay. But this was huge, y'all, when it come down to like collections. Like, let me just make sure I sum this up because we did go over a lot. I told y'all, first off, find problems. Once you find the problem, send a letter to the credit bureaus, tell them to remove it. Okay. Make sure that when y'all send a letter, send it certified mail. Everything that y'all send these companies, send it certified mail. All right. If they refuse to delete it, the credit bureaus we're talking about, then the next month, you got to give them 30 days from the date that they actually got this letter. So you want to track it, know when your 30 days is, and then the 31st day, pull your credit report. Okay, it's still there. All right, send a letter to whatever credit bureau that's still reporting it, and then send a letter to the actual collection company. This is the same method too that y'all gonna use for repossessions, y'all charge offs. It's the same method still though, but we're really talking about collections. So y'all could do this, y'all can do the same thing and do everybody all at once. All right. But y'all want to send a letter to the collection company, and that's where y'all want to send this validation of debt letter. Okay. And now this is me. This is what I would do. If they're still reporting it on my credit reports after I called them out on a BS and they're not trying to send me any documents, I'm going to send another follow-up letter after they 30 days. I'm going to give them their 30 days, 31st day. I'm pulling the credit report. If they continue to want to report this on a credit report, I'm going to actually send them a letter saying, hey, I'm about to sue you. This is my warning letter. Like, hey, I'm about to sue you, but we can fix this though. We can fix this. But y'all better hurry up and do something about it because I'm going to put this lawsuit in. I'm going to say, hey, give me some money. My letters usually say, give me $10,000, delete the account from the credit report, and say with like the collection company, you'll ask them to waive the debt. If it's a charge off, you'll ask them to waive the debt. Waive the debt means I no longer owe you, period. Okay, you need to waive it. I no longer owe you. I don't want you selling it to anybody else. I want you to completely waive the debt. Now, if they don't do it, y'all, a lot of these companies not going to do it. Y'all going to be thinking, because I had a client do that before. She sent out her validation of debt letter, and she was like, Kita, nobody responded to me. I'm scared. I just didn't do anything else. I'm like, that's the reason why you're suing, because how are you telling the company about to sue them and they not going to at least send you a letter saying, so what? You sue me, or how can we work it out? They didn't say anything. That's the reason why, if it was me, I'm going to go through with the lawsuit, because this is an actual company. But these companies not scared of y'all. All of y'all letters, if y'all really look at past dispute letters, y'all probably got from anybody. Y'all all probably said, I'm going to sue you. I know my rights. The FCRA, I'm going to talk to the CFPB about you. They don't care. And for good reason, y'all. Unless you do a lawsuit, like who really would care? Same thing with them collection companies be calling y'all until they actually sue you. Then you trying to figure out, okay, what do? I don't know what to do. Other than that, y'all don't care. Y'all just block their number. Y'all don't respond. Y'all get a letter in the mail. Y'all don't care. They talking about some you owe money to them. Y'all don't care. It's the same thing with them. They don't care. You sending them a letter. Keep sending a letter. Y'all ain't gonna do anything about it. But once a lawsuit come in, now you start to do something, and now they start to do something. Okay, so that's why I will actually go through with the lawsuit. Now I do have my suing to win book that actually talk about the suing process. All right, all that stuff that I was naming, like they need to give you this document, all this document. I would do a request for production. Like I would ask them for the actual documents inside of the lawsuit. Like I would actually ask them for the documents, all them same documents. I would ask for it in court because guess what? You have a I'm not trying to be a lawyer. I'm not trying to get out legal advice because now we're going to get into some legal stuff. But y'all have a right to ask for documents. They have a right to ask you for documents. But the thing is, y'all, is this: if they do not produce the documents, or if you don't produce the documents, y'all got somebody y'all can actually y'all have direct access to snitch on each other. And that's the judge. So you can tell a judge, hey, judge, I wanted this, this, and that. They did not give me this. I wanted this. The judge can look and say, well, wait, what did you want? You're required to give it to them. You got 14 days to do it. And if they don't do it, they're going to get in trouble from the judge. They're going to get in trouble from the judge. And sometimes, too, y'all can ask for certain things, and the judge is going to say, you don't need all of that. Well, just give them this part of it. But guess what? They don't want to give you really anything. You have to think about it like this. When y'all get all of this information from these companies, y'all can tell somebody else. Y'all know how these companies operate. They don't want to give you the documents. Okay. They don't want to really give you anything. Okay. So let me just make sure I go to this part so that y'all can know what chapter in this book where we talk about documents, because y'all, when y'all do the case, the most important part is when you can start asking for documents, when you can do requests for admissions and stuff like that. Other than that, all the other stuff is just turning in paperwork until you can start saying, admit this and that, admit that you did this, and and they start missing deadlines, or until they get to the point where you can start asking them for documents and they refuse to give you documents, and then they like, oh, we need you to sign a confidentiality agreement. They still ain't gonna want to give it to you. They don't care nothing about that confidentiality agreement, especially if they think you're gonna tell somebody else exactly what's going on. Okay, so wait, where is it at? What chapter is it in? Okay, I think I started talking about that in chapter number 6. Yes, request for production. I talk about request for production in chapter number 6. This is the discovery battles. This one settlement's really finna happen, y'all, because they don't want to give you the documents. They be like, let me give you some money and gonna let you go about your business. Because I thought you was gonna bend fall off. I thought you was gonna bend fall off. But that's when you're gonna do your request for production. Okay, that's when you're gonna start doing your interrogatories. That's when you start asking them questions like, "Hey, who looked at my credit file? You know, what's the name of the person that work in your organization? Can you send me maybe the inner workings on like what procedures you guys follow? Because they're supposed to have um procedures." And also, too, what database or system you use. They don't want you to know their system and database. Like, get out my business. That's what they thinking. Okay, so you got the request for production, you got the interrogatories, and you got the request for admissions too, where you can say, admit this, admit that. And if they don't respond, when you do like a request for admission, they got 30 days to respond. If they do not respond within the 30 days, all of the stuff that you said, like admit, admit that you did this to me on purpose, admit that you're trying to destroy my credit, admit that you know you did something wrong and you're trying to cover it up. If they don't deny, and send you that document back, all of that can be submitted in court as fact. You're admitting to it because you better say something. And the same thing with y'all too. Don't I'm telling you all the tricks against them. They already know this stuff, but same thing with y'all too. But this is going to be huge. So chapter number 6, that's when y'all gonna start getting into like the juicy part of it. Yeah, so that's when y'all can get into the juicy part. And then chapter number 7 is okay, they want to settle. Let's talk money. Okay, how much money we trying to get? They gonna come in and say, oh, we'll give you $1,000. Say, no, give me 30. They can be like, oh no, I ain't gonna give you no $30,000. I can give you 2,000. Okay, so okay, I can go to 25,000. 25,000. No, let's do 3. No, I can't do 3. Let's do 20. This it's a back and forth thing. That's what it is. My professor had taught me this in class. I took a class because I knew I wanted to be able to learn more about suing in federal court. And that's when she taught this stuff is literally a back and forth. emailing back and forth kind of thing. That's all it is. All law is like that. Okay. And then once y'all come up with y'all settlement agreement, a lot of times it's going to be, you can't talk about the actual terms of the agreement. So be careful to what y'all agreeing to. Okay. Be very, very careful. But this is what you guys need to check for when it come down to collection. We went way deeper than before you do a dispute, what y'all need to do, but I'm telling y'all now, before y'all do a dispute, y'all need to have in y'all head whether y'all gonna sue or not. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, these companies don't care about no disputes. They're gonna care about a lawsuit. And then the point that you could possibly get some money from it. Like I have actually helped people that sued, like they sued the collection company, they got money from the collection company, got them to delete the account from the collection company, got them to waive the debt, saying that they no longer owe. Even one of my clients, they were actually getting sued by the collection company. They turned around and sued them back, and that collection company still pays money, still delete the account from credit report, still waive the debt. So y'all just need to make sure that y'all are being very, very on top of this. Okay, be very, very careful with what y'all sending to them, making sure y'all know, hey, listen, the end game is I'm probably going to sue this company. I'm going to probably have to sue them. Let me just make sure I have everything organized, so when I get to that point, I know I did everything I need to do. Soon as they see I did everything I need to do, they're going to want to settle with me right away, because you don't, when, to me, I'm willing to go. Let me just make sure. So I'm willing to go all the way. I'm willing to go all the way. If we got to go to trial and all that stuff, I'm willing to do it. But like a lot of times, y'all not going all the way. Some of these companies gonna settle as soon as y'all put y'all lawsuit in. Some of these companies are gonna settle right before your case management meeting. Okay, just some of these companies are going to settle right before you ask for documents. Some of these companies going to settle once you ask for documents. Some of these companies going to settle after they miss their deadline for documents. Okay, it's just the point that I realize this: these companies have to get paid. Like these lawyers have to get paid. So they're going to continue to have the case rolling because they probably get paid per hour. They have to look busy basically. So y'all just have to understand that. But let me answer some of the questions y'all have, because I just been going on and on and on and on. But I love this stuff, y'all. I can talk about this stuff for days. I really can. Um, just the point that people out here paying for credit repair, but you can turn around and just sue these companies, like, and get money, like, and be able to change your whole credit, change your whole life based off of that, and don't have to worry about the collection anymore. I just never thought, like, I learned about this years ago. I was learning that they were doing this, but like now that like fully I know like how a person could do it themselves without having to have a lawyer, and they're gonna get way more money back. I just love it. I cannot stop talking about it. I just love it. Okay. What should I look for before disputing a collection? Before disputing a collection, we kind of went over everything that you should look for, but just look for inaccuracies. Look for what is wrong with that account. Period. Just compare all three credit bureaus. Look at what's wrong with the account. Okay. And if they refuse to delete it, then again, you want to go through the steps so that you can be able to sue them. Should I dispute a collection because it's negative? Yeah, I would. Like a collection because it's negative, a charge off because it's negative, because y'all have to understand, I used to think, oh, let me not say certain things because I don't want them to think like we just gonna dispute every account. But you're supposed to dispute accounts that have inaccuracies, y'all. But even y'all best credit card that y'all love right now, the one that y'all would never really want to give up, they have inaccuracies. If you look at all three credit reports and you compare them, there's things that's wrong in them, whether the dates are a little off, the account number not reporting all the way, so it's a little off. There is something wrong with that account. So if something is wrong with it, and the reason why you can get accounts deleted is because they're inaccurate, then of course the negative account will have inaccuracies too. So that, yes, if it's negative, it has to go. Like it have to go for real. What's the difference between a negative information and accurate information? Negative information is like those collections, charge off, bankruptcy. That's the stuff that you probably see on here. Okay, on this book right here. I just have them all listed here. So maybe it's a charge off, a collection, repossession, bankruptcy. Maybe your student loans are negative right now. Um, maybe you have late payments, maybe you have fraudulent accounts. That's negative information. Inaccurate information is when you have any account, it don't matter what it is, but it's just not the same information listed on all three credit bureaus. Okay, if you look on one credit bureau, they say your balance is this. When you look at the other two, they got this balance. You're like, hey, how can one credit bureau have a balance than the other two? They one account. Like, how is it different? You find a lot of errors like that through all of your accounts. Okay, so that's inaccuracies. What information should I compare on a collection? All of it. Go down the list. go down the list. And I talk about finding errors inside of my masterclass for my Raise Your Credit Score 100 points in 30 days, which is this right here. That masterclass, oh, y'all can't see it. Y'all can't see it. I just have so many streams on right now, y'all. So a lot of y'all can't see it. Let me see if y'all can see it too. Yep, right here. Okay, so that one right there actually show y'all my screen, and I'm like, hey, this is an error. That is an error. And we're gonna get deeper into that, okay, when I'm gonna start showing y'all different errors. Okay, so y'all just need to find out what the different errors are. Y'all need to know how to compare it and then put that on your dispute letter. Okay, but y'all compare everything. Why should I check all three credit reports before disputing? Because all three credit reports probably report different things. And the point that they're talking about, they got different information on there and it's the same account, you using it to your advantage. And then plus, some of y'all trying to buy a house, they're gonna look at all three credit reports. So you need to look at all three credit reports and see if you're missing anything. What if it's only a collection on TransUnion and Equifax and Experian don't have it, but you're trying to get a credit card that's gonna pull Experian, so all you care about is fixing Experian. Eventually when you want to go ahead and get a house, if you trying to get a house, like say if you say, oh, 6 months I'm gonna get a house, you're gonna need your TransUnion fixed too. So just look at all three of them, compare all three of them, and fix all three of them. Have them all looking nice. What if Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion show different collection balance? If you see different balances, that's gonna be the reason for disputing. That's what you're gonna put down. Hey, the balance is different on all three credit bureaus. When I look at TransUnion, they say is $1,406. When I look at Experian and Equifax, they say it's $1,402. So it's a 6 over here and 2 over there. It's a problem. Y'all need to delete it. I'm not going back and forth with y'all. Y'all need to delete it because you don't really probably know the actual number anyway. The whole number can be wrong because they hold accounts and they add extra fees. You weren't even supposed to be at 1,400 in the first place. You should have been at more like 1,000. We don't know. We really do not know. And don't try to play the guessing game because that's what drove me crazy for a long time. That drove me so crazy until a judge really straight up told me, if a company do not have the documents, they cannot give you something they don't have. And he was like telling me this, and I'm like, what do you mean? But it made me realize this, y'all. If they don't have documents and they're supposed to use it to your advantage, use it to your advantage. It did not click until later on. I'm like, oh, I finally get it now. But if they don't have it, then that's using it to your advantage. Like that's kind of like if they supposed to have a contract and they say you owe $1,400. If you don't have a contract, like how are you tying me to this? Where is your proof at? And you like, give me the contract. We don't have a contract to give you. Give me the We don't have it. That's your proof. Like they don't have a contract. Instead of give me, because I used to be like that, y'all. I had to learn not to be like that no more. I ask for certain things, and if you don't have it, I know what to say to use it against you. Okay. What different information between the bureaus automatically mean? Wait, does different information between the bureaus automatically mean something is inaccurate? Yes, clearly. Listen, my name is Rickita. If somebody out there spelling it R-E instead of R-I-C-K, like R-E-K or something like that, or R-A-K, it's inaccurate. I don't care. It's supposed to be one thing. When it come down to your balance, y'all got one balance. One bureau cannot say your balance is this, and the other two bureaus say it's something else. It's one account. Okay, so everything must be exactly the same, period. Y'all have to understand that. Okay, everything must be exactly the same. Which days should I look at on a collection? You should look at all the dates on the collection first off. You should look at the last day of activity, especially that date better be before the day open. Okay, automatically. I don't know. I don't care what it is with your collections. That last day of activity better be before the date open because that's the last time you made a payment. And y'all probably ain't paid that collection at all, or the first day that you was supposed to pay that original company and you didn't. If that date is after the collection, they're re-aging your debt and they automatically ain't got the right date. Like, hey, you ain't got the right date. Try again. Okay, look at the date open too, because sometimes they have like different date opens when you compare all three credit bureaus. Look at the last date of payment. Sometimes they'll have last date of payment on there, but all three credit bureaus that have a different date, or maybe one bureau don't have it. That's incomplete data. But look at all the different dates. Why are the dates on a collection important? They're basically important, y'all, because y'all gonna use it against them. Y'all gonna use it against them, and then if they don't have the right date, it's an inaccuracy, and that's the reason why that account's supposed to be deleted. What if they do have the documents? Well, we went over a whole list of documents. I personally, I haven't seen any company that had it all. Okay. And I mean, all the way down to in court, you don't have the documents. All right. So I have not personally seen the companies have it all. And then, like I said, too, we got the validation of debt letter. You need everything from them. And you got to think about it. It's certain documents that they're not even going to show you. Okay, so they may have it, but some of them not even going to show you certain documents. So just use that to your advantage. And if they do have all of the documents, think about it like this. They're not trying to show you for one. They're not going to try to show you, but there's other inaccuracies. The point that the account has inaccuracies and you can't get approved for a credit card or get approved for a loan just because there's inaccuracies on the credit reports, that can be the whole reason why you're suing. It's not necessarily about all the time documents. It's all of it together. First, we saying, hey, the account is wrong. Okay, the account is wrong, fix it. They're not going to fully fix it. So that's going to bring up, hey, listen, the account is wrong. Send me the documents. Then it's like, hey, listen, the account is wrong. You ain't send me all the documents. I'm suing you. That's kind of how it goes. It's not like, oh, they got all of the documents. I'm going to leave it there. No, the account is wrong. They don't have all of the documents and they refuse to delete it and I can't get approved for credit, I'm going to sue. So that's kind of how it works. But like I said, y'all have a validation of debt letter. Y'all will be able to see everything that we kind of already went over inside of here. So y'all can actually attack these collection companies. What if I don't recognize the collection agency name? Y'all probably not gonna recognize these companies anyway, because it's stranger danger. Y'all ain't get a loan from them. Y'all did not apply for anything with them. Of course, y'all not gonna probably recognize it. It's gonna be stranger danger. You know, always think about it like that. Y'all don't know these companies. Y'all really don't. Y'all never got a loan from them, and now they coming after you saying you owe $1,400 or whatever the number is. You don't know them. And that's when you're going to just act like they're a complete stranger and stop trying to help them. Act like they're a complete stranger and ask them for certain documents that you know that they're not going to produce. Okay. How do I find out who the original creditor was? By asking the company. That's one of the questions that you're going to ask on a validation of debt letter. Give me the name and the address of the original creditor. If they can't give it to you, y'all don't go searching. Y'all got to play so stupid. Like, I'm so serious. You have played so stupid. Okay. Only time I would go searching for stuff is if I'm in court and I want to have contradicting evidence against them. Other than that, I'm not searching for anything. I am innocent. Okay. You got to prove that I am guilty. I need all of this stuff from you. If you cannot give it to me, get out of my face. So I have to think about it like that. Like, you got to play so innocent. Like, I'm not searching for nothing. You come and asking me for money. What is this at? Where is that at? What is this number? What is that date? You can go and go search all of this stuff with the original creditor, but why? I would not search any of that stuff until I get to court, honestly. I would not, because I'm depending on you to give it to me. You the one got on my credit report. You the one telling all these lies about me. I'm not going to go search anything until we get to court. And then I'll be like, you know what? We need to subpoena the original creditor. Who is the original creditor? We need the subpoena. And then I'll have documentation where I asked them who the original creditor was and they ignored it. Okay. That's why I say send everything certified mail. Because if y'all already asked for it and they don't want to give it to you, that's just more of a reason why you need to do your lawsuit. And then you can put that inside of like your complaint. Okay. What if I don't recognize the original creditor or the collection company? I don't know. If you don't recognize both of them, I would be doing identity theft, period. I'll be doing identity theft. And if they don't want to delete it, they swear that it's mine, then I'll be suing them, period. What should I do if a collection isn't mine? Again, identity theft, identity theft. Okay. And if y'all think that the collection came from maybe identity theft account, maybe it was the charge off and they sold that charge off and not a collection company coming after you, I will identity theft that too. Identity theft is this too, just in case y'all don't know. When y'all send a letter to the credit bureaus, y'all know how I'm like, oh, we gotta give them 30 days to respond. With identity theft, y'all, once they get an identity theft letter and you did an FTC affidavit and you did a police report, they are supposed to delete that account from your credit reports within 5 days of receiving your letter. It's none of that going back and forth about, oh, this is inaccurate, that's inaccurate. The account is not mine. Take it off now. Like, y'all have to be stern. Take it off now. Because for real, I told y'all yesterday, one of the credit bureaus took my client's collection off of their credit report. They sent a letter saying took it off, and then it's like, oh, the collection company asked us to put it back on, so we put it back on. Nothing else changed on their credit reports. Their credit scores went down 96 points just from taking the collection off and putting it back on the same exact collection. So when we looked at it, it was like, nothing is different on your credit report. I'm like, call. And that's what it was. These accounts is hurting your credit reports so bad. Like, it's really hurting your credit score so much. So y'all have to understand that y'all need to really be angry with them, because that's the reason why y'all got $500 car notes right now when it could have been a $300 car note. You got a $700 car note. You could have got that down to 4 or maybe 5. They charging you more interest because of your credit score. All of these different things add up. And you might be like, well, I'm okay. I could pay $500. Why? If you could have paid an extra, if you could have paid $300, you could have continued to pay 500 and knock that principal out more with the extra $200. Every little penny, dollar, second, everything in this whole process counts, y'all. Okay, so y'all need to just be aggressive, especially if it's identity theft. Very aggressive. How can I tell whether the same debt is being reported twice? Y'all will see like the same account on your credit report. Like y'all see the same account on your credit report, but it'll have the same balance, but y'all will see a different account number. Okay. And there's no way you had the same account, like with the same balance, like the same exact balance. No, that's a duplicate account. All right. And then public records, my last lawsuit was because of a duplicate account. It's public records. I'm not gonna call it a duplicate account. All I'm going to say is that it was a collection on my credit report that was reporting a balance, and then I seen the same exact one for the same balance. So I'm assuming that they wanted a bigger amount that was 2 times what I thought it was supposed to be. Okay, this is on my actual complaint. Okay, when y'all start doing settlements, y'all, a lot of times you ain't talk about nothing but what's on that type of on your complaint, depending on what your settlement agreement is. Your settlement agreement may tell you don't even talk about the case altogether. Like, don't even bring it up. If somebody bring it up, say it's settled. And think about it like this, or say that y'all came to an agreement. Y'all ever see like it be some beef out there with like celebrities or something like that, and then all of a sudden it's just squashed. And then when like a reporter or something going to ask them what happened, they be like, oh, they just ignore it like it was a big problem, and now all of a sudden you just ignoring it, you ain't gonna say nothing about it. They probably got paid and they was told to shut up. Like that's what it is. They signed an agreement that they were going to shut up about it. They probably got their money and they like, okay, I'm going to be quiet, I ain't going to say nothing else. So y'all have to check y'all agreements when y'all do y'all settlement agreements, because most likely it's telling y'all to be quiet. Okay, it's telling y'all to be quiet, and they take that very serious. Think about it like this too. I'm on the internet telling y'all right now, oh, you can sue this company, sue that company, da 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 da. And now, yeah, I always see people, oh, Rickita, I'm doing that now. I'm in court. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I ain't never seen nobody talking about how they suing. But now I'm out here talking about it. More people putting lawsuits in. More people already talk about how they already suing. All right. Who will want this information out there if it was going against them, Can the original creditor and a collection company appear on a credit report? Yeah, they can, but the original creditor needs to report a $0 balance. Sometimes they don't, though. They don't report a $0 balance, and that could be the reason why that original creditor account needs to be removed from the credit report. Okay, y'all gonna have multiple reasons, like, I promise y'all, I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I'm just being very serious. I've been doing credit for so long. Y'all will be like, I don't know why this account need to get deleted, but I can find a reason why it needs to be deleted. I think that I would be such an asset working with the credit bureaus, but I understand it's the name of the game. A lot of y'all not finna sue. It'd be easy just to give y'all a little check and don't fix nobody's stuff, because the more errors you have on your credit reports, the worse off people credit reports is going to be, and the more money you're going to make. Because if everybody credit was good, why would these companies pay for your credit report? They pay for your credit report when they want to extend you credit. They pay for it. Why would they be paying for credit reports if everybody credit is good? But I think I would be an amazing asset to make sure that like the credit reports is good. But I don't think that these credit bureaus want y'all credit reports to be clear. I really don't think that. I think it's just the name of the game. It is what it is. Okay, but I would be, because I can find all the little errors. Like, hey, listen, you need to fix this, you need to fix that. But then again, too, y'all, don't forget, I took a class as if I was like an employee of a collection company. Like they have to do continuing education. I took a class as if I was an employee. In a class, they was like, you better not do this or they're going to sue you. Don't do this or they're going to sue you. Or if they try to talk to you and account is on a credit report and they didn't talk to the credit bureaus first, you can ignore them because they were supposed to talk to the credit bureaus first. And that's why I learned, because for one thing, it was happening to me. I'm like, what the heck is going wrong? So I was like, let me take this class. You know, you got to learn what your enemies, that's not like they're actually doing. So I took that class. I'm like, that's why they kept ignoring me when I sent them a letter. I never told the credit bureaus about this collection. So now I changed up my whole game, but I know better now. I know better. What's the difference between disputing with the credit bureau and requesting validation from the collector? So when you're disputing with the credit bureau, you're disputing with them because it's on their credit reports. They're the one that's talking crap about you, basically. Think about it like that. You need to say, hey, you sure this is right? I see you talking, you saying that this is whatever it is. You said I have a collection on here. You said I have a charge off. Is this information correct? Because when I looked at it, I seen that one bureau was saying this and then you're saying that. Like, can you delete this from my credit reports? That's basically what you're saying in these technical letters when you have all of this little mumbo jumbo in it. That's basically what you're saying. All right. And then with the validation of debt letter, you're sending that to the collection company after they verify the account. So your thing is going to be, hey, you're verifying this account with the credit bureaus. Can you please send me all of the information about this debt? I don't even know you. I don't even know you. Can you send me how I owe you, how you even got this debt, how you came up with the balance? Can you send me all of this, how I'm tied to this debt? Can you send me all of this information? That's your validation of debt letter. Okay. It's kind of like if somebody out there talking crap about you, you want to say, are you sure they said that about me? Because they wouldn't say that. No, they did say that about you. Where the messages at? Where does it say? Oh, let me see the text messages. And then you get the text message. You want to go to the original person. Why would you send them this information? Why would you say that? Why, that's when you want to check the second person. I always think about it like that. I don't know. I always try to tie it so that it can click in my brain. Like, you know, what is it, chain of command, so you can know like how you go about everything. Okay, but that validation of debt letter is after they're verifying it with the credit bureaus. And then what documents should I keep with dealing with a collection? That's a really good question because we really didn't talk about that. Okay, so let's talk about the whole process. Every dispute letter that y'all send to these companies, y'all need to keep a copy of it. I say keep a digital and keep a physical copy. Y'all should be sending y'all stuff certified mail, so keep all of your certified receipts. If you ever get denied for any credit cards while you're going through the process of disputing these accounts, please keep those denials because the denials are going to come in handy when you're going forward and actually doing your lawsuit, because that's the reason why you're suing. You got denied for credit. You ain't got no choice but to try to get this account deleted. Okay. And then anything that they send you, you need to keep that too. Anything that they send you, even if you don't think it's important, because the thing is, remember with the validation of debt letter, you gonna ask them for a lot of documents. All they're gonna send you is probably one page of a statement, probably your last statement or something. That's not enough because you're gonna be like, well, how do you even come to this balance? Like, I don't even believe any of this. Okay, so you just want to keep everything. That way you can say, well, this is all you gave me. And best believe these companies keeping everything. All right. Should I pay a collection before disputing information I believe is inaccurate? I'm never paying a collection, y'all. I sued two different collection companies. I have too many other people sue a collection company for me to ever think I'm going to pay a collection company. I'm not paying them. I'm not gonna pay them. I'm not gonna get to the point where I even have a collection either. But a collection when it come out the woodworks or something like that, I'm not gonna pay it. I'm not. I'm gonna do so much. You're gonna send it back to the original creditor. You're gonna be tired of me, or you're gonna sell it to another company, or you're gonna get sued. Pick one. Okay, but I'm not. I'm not gonna pay it. Like y'all ain't got enough documents to try to pay. This is a whole business. I'm not gonna be y'all profit. I'm sorry. I'm not. Y'all coming to me, like for example, you come to me with about $1,000 debt. You probably paid $100, $200 on it, and you still asking for $1,000, and you're not gonna give me a discount. And then a discount you think you're gonna give me gonna be 60% off, meaning you gonna want $400. That's still a lot. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna pay them. I know how to sue them. I'm never paying them. What if I settled the collection, but my credit report hasn't been updated? All they're gonna do is update it as pay, unless you do like a pay for deletion, which I don't believe in that. I wouldn't do a pay for deletion. I would be having my documents together and I would be suing them seriously. Okay. How do I know if a collection is too old to still be reporting? You need to know when is your last date of activity. Once y'all know when y'all last date activity is, y'all can go 7.5 years from that date and you be like, okay, they shouldn't report after this. Okay. But collections are going to re-age it. They're going to try to keep it on there longer. Okay. They're going to try to make it stay on your credit report longer. You ordered the book? I cannot wait. Okay, so let me know if y'all ever ordered the book, let me know if y'all have any questions. I'll be so excited when y'all actually get the book because that means y'all be actually serious about getting something done. But I don't want y'all to get the book and then y'all just had a book just like thrown across the room. Like, really use the book. Like, really use the book because it really can change our life. I know how much credit has changed my life, and I see it all the time, even helping certain clients, especially if they get a check and they had poor utilization. Now they got paid from the companies from suing, and now they put that money that they got on their credit cards now, and their utilization going down. They use that money to buy houses, start maxing out like their IRAs. They start having money in savings. They actually start can pay some bills. Somebody that I was helping y'all literally was like, dude, I have to figure out the rent money. But guess what happened? A settlement came through. Guess what they had? They had rent now. So I love when people actually put that work in and get some results. But y'all let me know if y'all have any questions. And y'all questions that y'all have, please ask me live. Unless y'all a member of mine, and we can actually talk. But ask me live. If y'all message my assistant, y'all, she gonna try to help y'all directly. But if y'all want, because sometimes they got to give you like I teach my assistants some things, but I'm learning way more than I can ever teach my team. I just don't think I'm going to try to teach them all of this stuff. But if y'all ever have any questions, come ask me live because I'll be happy to answer it. And if y'all a member of mine, let's schedule a call, let's talk about it. But don't schedule a call with me. Let me back up, y'all. Don't schedule a call if you're not gonna listen to me for real, for real. Like I be so serious. So, like one of my clients was like rushing me, and then I finally gave them the information. They were supposed to do their part, and I'm like, you didn't even do this. Like, why you rush me? Like, why you rush me and you ain't gonna do what you need to do? So please just make sure y'all be on top of what y'all need to do. Okay. But thank y'all so much for actually purchasing the books too. What's the biggest mistake people okay. Oh, what's the biggest mistake people make when disputing collections? They don't understand that they probably got to sue the collection and they don't start think about the end in mind. Soon as you start like let me give y'all an example. Some of y'all, the only reason y'all care about y'all collections and charge-offs is because y'all trying to apply for a credit card. Y'all ain't thinking about y'all credit for real. Y'all trying to get a loan. Y'all trying to get some, maybe y'all trying to move and rent a place and y'all don't want to pay double deposit. Y'all trying to get energy in your name. That's your end goal. Your end goal is you want a credit card, you want a loan, you want a car, you want this. With collection, your end goal is that you need to get it deleted no matter what. And if you need to go all the way and sue, you need to go all the way and sue. So some of y'all don't think about it like that. So y'all don't think about, let me just preserve all my evidence. Every letter I send them, let me keep a copy of it. Let me make sure I send everything certified mail, just in case I need to sue them. But if they delete it, they delete it. But just in case I need to sue them, let me just have everything in order. They're not thinking about that. Like they're just thinking about the right now thing. Okay. And I remember being like that when it came down to credit. Let me just send out this letter. I'm not keeping a paper trail. But at that time, too, y'all wasn't suing like that. I didn't know anything about suing. But y'all can squash all that now with yourselves by just knowing, hey, if they don't fix this, I'm suing. Um, if I handed you like my collection today, what would I compare first before disputing anything? I would just compare the full account, and I will already know that they probably re-aged your account. The last date activity is probably not going to be before the date open. I will already see that. Okay. And I will also be looking at like some of my little tricks though, y'all. If y'all like compare, y'all like nothing is different, Keto. What is it? Is the last date of activity before the date opens? A lot of times it's not. And then another thing too, if you never paid on this collection, the high credit and the balance should be the same. The high credit is the most you ever owed on the account. Okay, those two should be the same. Like one of my clients, I was looking at their credit reports. I'm like, did you pay this collection? Why is the high credit a few $100 higher than your actual balance. Usually when you see that, that's because you made a payment on it. But if you did not make a payment on it, that's an error right there. So that's exactly what I'll be looking at. I'll be looking for those different errors, and I will basically just send out the dispute. Sometimes y'all just need to just send out the letter. Like it's never that serious. And I'm telling y'all this too, because every time at the end I do want to tell y'all like what I got going on, or any like little extra lesson I got, because I love when people kind of go off a little bit off topic and bring out a lesson. But my kids be rowdy a little bit when they get out of school. So I said, you know what? When they get out of school after dinner, I'm gonna have them watch a movie. So I got a whole list of like positive movies that they're gonna watch. And I watched the Aquila and the Bee movie before, but I watched it again yesterday. And that movie hit me so hard in terms of this, y'all. Y'all literally just gotta take one step forward and go from there. That's it. Y'all just need to put y'all dispute letter in and go from there. Okay, what they finna say, what they gonna do. Stop thinking, well, what if they do this? Or what if when I do my lawsuit, girl, you ain't even at the lawsuit part yet. Kind of like Keela B. Girl, you gotta beat the school first. Before you, if you don't beat the school, you not finna be going against anybody in the state, in the district. You ain't doing none of that. You have to do the first things first. Okay. So when I watched that movie, I'm like, dang, this thing. It's one thing always made me cry like 3 times, but I was like, y'all like the movie? Trying to talk to the kids and see if they like it because I want to motivate them too. But literally, y'all, we have to just take one step at a time and just do it scared. Okay, I told you I was going to start reading. I started yesterday reading The Year of Yes. Nothing against her, but the book is not intriguing to me. It's not intriguing to me. I'm switching up my book. I'm gonna just write a note. Is she basically said anything that scared her, she finna do that. I learned that from David Goggins, okay? And she was going on and on about her personal thing, and I was just like, I don't want to go through this. I was thinking you was going, I don't know. I'm already 2 hours, 3 hours into the audio book. I think I'm on like chapter number 7 or 8, and I'm just not there with the book. But it's like whatever scare you, do it. Some of y'all are scared to do like a dispute letter. Put the dispute letter in. Y'all be so concerned about what these collections gonna do, what they gonna say, what they gonna have, what they not gonna have. Just put it in. All right. One of my clients thought they was preparing to actually sue like LVNV funding, sue Navy Federal too, because it is what it is. But guess what, y'all? We did the dispute letters. We got all the way up to, hey, we finna sue you. They deleted from the credit reports. We didn't expect that, like they was gonna actually delete it from the credit reports. We thought that it was gonna kind of stay on there, that she was gonna have to go all the way and actually sue. So y'all don't know what's gonna happen. All y'all can do is just one step at a time. Okay. So when it come down to what to do when it come down to the collection, think about the end goal. Like, okay, if they don't do what they need to do, I'm going to sue them. Have y'all roadmap, which I already put the roadmap out for y'all. Y'all got the sue and to win, but had a roadmap of what you need to do and just check it off. Like, just like, okay, I got that done. I did my dispute letter fine. I sent the certified mail. I'm gonna just wait my 30 days and live your life. Don't think about it, because this is something I have a problem with. Don't be just thinking about it, like, oh my gosh, they got a week now to respond, or they're gonna respond. You keep checking the dates, making sure you got your dates right. If y'all need to put something on your wall, like, that's what I have. Like, people I'm really helping, like Sue, I have their names on my wall. So if I'm helping you, your name is on my wall. I don't want to forget about you. You my top priority until your case is done. Like, you're my top priority. Y'all need to do the same thing. Companies y'all going after, put them on your wall. And then you need to be like, okay, what I need to do, just check it off. Even if you need to check every week to see if there's an update, like, okay, I checked that company, check. And if you got to do anything, just do what you need to do and move on with your life. But just do one step at a time. All right. And have faith and lean on, because I realized too at the end of the movie that she wanted that guy to continue to, she wanted the professor to continue to help her. And and even her mom was like, hey, her mom was like, you need to help. And he was like, you got all these people around you that can help. Kick it with your friends during this time. And two, y'all need help. I'm on live every single day now. Okay. I didn't do every single day during the summer because y'all know my kids are driving me a little bit crazy, but I'm on live every single day. Y'all can ask me anything, but like, put the work in. And if you feel like you don't know, I do not gatekeep. Y'all can ask me any question on here. Like, Kita, this is what they said. I'm not gonna be like, oh no, you gotta pay me. Now, I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna tell you exactly what you need to do. So y'all have resources. Just get the stuff done. Just get it done. That's it. All right. Have y'all steps. Get the stuff done and bribe yourself too. Bribe yourself. Like whatever it takes to bribe yourself, find out what it is. Um, I have to switch up my new bribe. I haven't figured out what to do to bribe myself, and I think that's kind of why I'm in like a in between part right now. I realized that where it's like, oh, I don't think I want to do this anymore, that anymore. Like, girl, yes, you are. You're gonna do it. Figure out what you need to do to bribe yourself. Because cake was my last thing I used to bribe myself, and I've been losing weight and my face is getting so much thinner. I'm down like 17 pounds right now. I am not going back to cake. I will have cake on a special occasion, but y'all need to figure out what it is to bribe yourself. Because when I did 13 classes in school and I did what I need to do at the end of the week, or even sometimes during the week, because it's 13 classes, I bribed myself with cake. I was like, okay, we're gonna go get you a slice of cake if you finish this work. Like I literally bribe myself like that, but y'all need to figure out what it is that make y'all tick, what y'all can do to bribe yourself so that y'all can trick yourself into getting stuff done too. Because I feel like that's really the trick. And my daughter brought that up today. She was like, "You're babying the 4-year-old to go to school. You're babying him." I was telling him, "Hey, listen, come find you a bag of chips to take a snack to school. If this what it takes to get you up out of here and get you on this van, I'm for it right now. Okay. Until you start to have your own drive to get on up yourself, and I ain't gotta bribe you anymore, I'm cool. And he not peeing in the bed at night no more either." I'm like, girl, you leave me alone. So leave me alone right now. Listen, I do the same thing with you too. Don't I bribe you too? Don't I do that? But I realize bribing the kids work, bribing me work. So y'all figure out how to bribe yourself so y'all can motivate yourself. Okay. But I will see y'all tomorrow. I hope that really helped. Bribery on yourself is probably the key thing that we really said today. Because I'm gonna think all day what I can do to bribe myself. I do like to bribe myself with like trips though. Like, girl, if you do this, I'll get we finna go on a little trip. Even if I just do a little weekend trip, them always be my bribery. But I already have that like scheduled. Maybe I need to just stand on it. If you ain't got this done, you ain't going. You ain't got this done, you're not going. We're not putting any money towards this. But I think that that is gonna be my thing. So let me just start planning the things that's going to continue to keep me motivated. But I will see y'all tomorrow. I hope that y'all have a great day. If y'all know that y'all have collections, just get y'all credit reports. Do y'all dispute letters. Send them out. They don't have to be perfect. You can just put on there with the collection, they re-aging the debt. You can put on there also too that when I look at all three credit bureaus, I see so many different errors. Can you look yourself and see if you see them? If y'all don't know what the errors are, and then y'all can learn. Y'all got 30 days to learn some more because you got to send out your disputes. You got to wait 30 days. But I'm just trying to get y'all whatever y'all need to just get started. Because I realize that some people are like, I've been watching you for 2 years. Well, your credit should be lit. No, I never started my disputes. I'm kind of scared. Let's not be scared anymore. All right. I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye bye, everybody. All right, y'all. So when I have TikTok up, it's certain things I can say and certain things I can't say. But y'all can get my books here. The only book I do not have, well, I do have them, but they just don't look good. They are damaged books, so I guess. I got some books that were like damaged, and then some of them that just used books. But I was talking about my 70 dispute letter book that y'all can get here for $10. All my books basically is $10 and up, except for this one right here, which I believe is like $40 on the website. Okay, you got all 4 books in one. All right, and then I have a new book that is coming out on Saturday, so I cannot wait to show y'all that book. A lot of people have been talking about debt, and y'all know I've been paying off my student loans, so I feel like I'm just such a professional. And I paid off cars before. I paid off my car in less than 2 years of having it. So I'm gonna basically teach y'all how to be able to do that. So we'll be talking more about that for the rest of this year, but I will have the actual book for y'all on Saturday. And if y'all know where to sneak and get it on Amazon, y'all can get it today. All right. I'll see y'all later on. Bye bye.